me a cue the way I'm inside your egg. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Kids. Today, and only today, I am here to answer your questions about Sonic Superstars. I got to play over 2 hours of the game, and I'm here live on stream in order to get people's questions and answer as many as possible, because I know a lot of you have questions, and I've got a lot of answers. I don't have all of them, but I have some answers from the 2 zones I played and everything. So guys, I'm gonna answer your questions. I hope y'all got some good ones, and let's see what's cooking. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, Real Envy's question: Fidel Games Cage, was there any problems with the game that you noticed, or was the game absolutely solid through and through? So obviously that's a big one. Basically, first impressions, I loved it. I genuinely loved my time with it. There was not a moment I played it where I was like, ugh, something's fundamentally wrong here. The movement felt fast. The gameplay felt good. Having a game where it's finally like a 3D, 2D, like 2.5D Sonic game where it legitimately looks and feels like the originals is fantastic. So I really didn't have an issue with it. I will say the one thing is performance issues. The game is not at a steady 60 yet, but again, I played a trial version. So that's question 1. Question 2 by the Deleter. Now, this is a question I've gotten by y'all 50,000 times, all right? What did the jungle music sound like? Any music tracks in the Sonic series that it directly compares to? So, people are asking the music a lot. A lot of you are asking about the music. Now, the music, all right, so there's no Sonic 4 music. It sounded really good. Like, it was very upbeat, poppy. Again, I keep saying T. Lopesy. I said that on Twitter before it was even announced that he was working on it. But I definitely heard some T. Lopes influence in there, but with the it was definitely synthy. It was definitely synthy a little bit. Like, it has the Sonic 4 style a little bit, but it was definitely more upbeat and more fun. Kaizenman asks, do you think Superstars will be cherished in the same way Sonic Mania was? Yes, I think so. I think we are finally at a point where we have a 2D Sonic game that I think is going to be beloved in a lot of ways, because, like, again, it's all about the zones. It's all about if the zones are interesting, if the zones are fun. If they nail that, then we're good. You know, we have a brand new 2.5D game that looks good, has new playable characters, has new things, and is interesting and fun. So I think this game has like a chance to start a new chain of modern 2D Sonic. You know, that way we can get sequels to this. You know, keep it going. I love that. Almacho09 says, do you care about me? Yes, very much. Very much. I love you. Cubone asks, Games Cage, is Amy like the easy mode, or is there more difficulty in playing her? I think she's a little bit of easy mode, where with Amy, her whole thing is she has a double jump. So she jumps, she very much plays almost like you've seen in a lot of mods of her. She jumps, it shows her hammer, Pico hammer when she spins, and she can jump a second time. So when I say easy mode, I mean, like, yeah, it's probably a character that a lot of, you know, the fans are gonna enjoy regardless, but I'm sure a younger person will have an easier time getting up like slopes because they don't know how to, like, you know, go back and forth with the momentum. So they'll just be able to jump a second time, which will be cool. So Spartan Yoshi asks, how were the new special stages? Were they fun? How was Sonic 1 special stage? So, chat, we need to talk about this. Special stages here are really fucking cool because it feels like you are in a lot of them in a stage if you're exploring a lot. Because there's checkpoint special stages. There's special stages where you just find a circle in the level and you just jump into it. There's the Chaos Emerald special stages. So there's like, you can be in like 4 different special stages in one level. And the ones I got to play were obviously the Chaos Emerald one, where it's the big ring. You can find those by exploring. And that's how you get the 3D levels, right? Where you're swinging in 3D and you get the powers. It's going to be really cool for exploration and getting to different paths. And the second Chaos Emerald that I was able to find was a dark blue one. And that gives you that clone ability that you saw in the trailer, where you saw like a bunch of Sonics going. They basically act as an extra attack. So when you see enemies, like, they're just gonna attack it. When you see a boss that attacks it, it doesn't break the game because they just like die after impact, but you get like at least a good hit on the boss, which is cool. Now, I kept getting gold medals from these special stages. I don't know what these gold medals do. I'm assuming they're gonna be like what they did in Origins, where you're gonna unlock, you know, concept art and music and stuff, but there's a lot of the gold medals. I got 5 in a stage. What if they unlock Shadow? Maybe. That'd be cool if you could unlock a character for it, but I have no idea what the medals do. I asked, and they just said, we're not talking about that yet. Something I'm wondering, if elemental shields are in the game. I thought I saw one in the Summer Games footage we've seen so far, but I'm unsure. So, You don't have an insta shield as your moveset. Like, you can't do the thing with Sonic where you jump and you press jump again, he does that little like extra spin attack. But you can find the shield, and I found the magnet. But I did not find any other powers in the game. So yeah, that's it for that one. A pineapple in particular says, is there super peel out? So you cannot trigger a peel out. I tried. You can't do the thing where you hold up and he like goes crazy with the speed to go into the peel out. He has a peel out animation when he starts running hella fast. You can even do that thing where you outrun the camera like in the old games when you go like ultra fast, which I love. But there is no like auto peel out where you hold up and like spam the move. But I do love that you can go fast enough for that shit to happen. Kaze Kunai says, is there any differences when picking different characters? Like, let's say you finish with Sonic and you switch to Knuckles, does the stage design change? I'm guessing it's not gonna be a thing where the stages have different designs for characters. We do have that one leaked image that a website had where it showed that Amy's gonna have a unique stage, but maybe they'll have a unique stage for them. But I think the main stages will be the same. But I think what's cool about that is that right off the bat, it's like when I played as Knuckles in the jungle level, it was very cool just to go on the walls, see what's going on, or explore that level differently. Like with Sonic, I was going on the vines to climb up. With Knuckles, I was, you know, climbing the walls, gliding, and all that stuff. So yeah, that was how that worked. Puzzling Josh says, how long did it take you to beat a stage? Now, this is a really good question, because obviously with classic Sonic, you want a good balance, right? You don't want a level that ends in a minute, but you don't want a level that, you know, drags on forever. I honestly felt like I spent, I would say you could, if you like do the Sonic, the classic Sonic way where you're zipping through, but you have the moments where you see a cliff, you're finding a thing, you're doing the special stages, a level could take you like 3-4 minutes, maybe 5 if you were crazy. I really slow and methodical, but yeah, they were like, for a Sonic level, it was like a decent length. Tyven Twister says, was there any story content? So I didn't get any story cutscenes. There was the opening cinematic that leaked online. You can watch it. And each character had a unique intro. So Sonic flies in on the tornado. Tails is flying the tornado. Knuckles start guarding the Master Emerald. Amy is just hanging out with the Flickies, and they all get disrupted by the same thing. They see Eggman in the back with Fang capturing the Flickies, and the Flickies are fat as fuck now. Shout out to them, brother Ian. But yeah, I like that they have unique intros. I think we've heard that they're gonna have unique endings too. So very excited to see more of that. Favorite character to play as Sky Warrior as? Honestly, I really loved Amy. I think Amy is exactly the character I've wanted for so long now, you know, where like she moves very quickly, her Pico Hammer is dope. I'm so happy Amy's part of the game, you know, and the rest play exactly how you'd think. You know, Sonic plays the way he does. Yes, he has a drop dash, by the way. He has it. It's not locked to any side. He can go left or right when you jump with it. Do what you got to do. But yeah, Amy is definitely a character I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy playing. Yes. Sonic Man 99 says, based on the 2 levels, how did the difficulty feel? Did any part feel tough? So I did 2 zones. They each had 2 acts and they each had a boss fight. Difficulty wise, nothing crazy. I mean, I did have to platform, you know, and like kill some enemies, but it wasn't like, fuck man, like there was no frustration. The boss was actually kind of tough, where like it's like, especially the jungle boss, I was like, oh shit, I can't just do the thing where I spam. I think the big thing they made sure of this time around was you can't do the classic Sonic thing where you just spam attack the boss, you know? When you hit it, he's gonna go in like a stun lock for a little bit to get ready for his next move before you hit him again. They don't want you to just do the thing where you mash, and do that. But the boss fights were really fun. And I liked it. There was the Eggman. There's one where you're running away from a giant robot in the beginning. There's one where you fight an Eggman bot. And yeah, so very fun boss. Do you imagine there could be a Superstars Plus? I mean, if we're going by the track record of the 2D games now, I wouldn't be shocked, you know? We've gotten a Mania Plus. We've gotten an Origins Plus. So I wouldn't be shocked if we got a Superstars Plus that added, you know, an extra character or 2 and maybe some stages, you know? Sonico TV says, in terms of route and level design, how is the 2.5D aspect? Sorry for asking so much. No, don't worry. I felt like there was a lot to explore. Like I said, I didn't think there was enough character-specific routes, but it felt like it felt like the levels had enough things in my view to be like, oh, with Tails I can go up there really easily, or with, you know, with Knuckles I can glide on this one, jump up here. With Sonic I can go, you know, drop dash to get enough momentum to go up there. It felt like there was a lot of ways to maneuver through the level with the different characters, but I'm not sure about the alternate paths too much. You think we'll get more costume DLC like the Amy newsletter? I'm thinking, I mean, if Amy has a newsletter costume where you could play as her modern looking 2D, I wouldn't be shocked if like the other characters maybe get other costumes or looks. That'd be fire. I think that'd be a good idea. Jaytas, is there more than 2 acts? No, it is 2 acts, right? And it ends with a boss fight. Does it feel worth $60? Terraforce says. I mean, look, I think that's subjective. It's hard to tell. I do think quality-wise, yes, like it feels fantastic. It looks fantastic. You're getting 4 playable characters. Maybe you're getting a 5th one. If all the levels are as good as the ones I played, consistently fantastic and fun through it, like, I'm all in, man. I'm all in. I'm absolutely all in. The superstars have momentum. Yes, it has plenty of momentum. You go down a hill, there's momentum. When you go on a loop and jump at the last second, there's momentum. You can outspeed the camera. You can, what's it called? You gain speed up and down from going on. So there is plenty of momentum. Commodore Blue says that the levels feel slow paced at times, or did it have a nice slow pace? It felt nicely well paced, because there's even actually a jungle level. It's Zone Act 2 where the lights dim and you have like a butterfly following you there. Even then, it still felt fun to move around and not to like impact. Like, and again, it does the good balance I love about old school Sonic, which is like there's some platforming moments, but then like you get into high speed moments. So it's a good mix of it. Masonia says, how does the grind rails feel in 2D? Awesome. They feel so good. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Anytime you give me a grind rail, I'll take it. 10 out of 10. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Scarch says, do you think going 3D was the right call or should have stayed in sprite style? Now, I love sprites. I think sprites are beautiful. I think it's a lot more effort to do sprite work, and I would have, if they had asked me initially, what would you rather, sprite or this, I would have said sprites. But I think the 3D models here are so stylized and cute. Like they're not chibi like annoying. They're like chibi but hella cute, you know? And like they've got good shading on them, they've got good lighting, and their animations feel so classic that I can't help but be happy about it, you know? The 3D does look beautiful this time around, you know? So I love it. I love the style they went with no matter what. Ooh, Calico, she says, how creative do you think they're gonna get with the background and foreground switching? Yes, because that's a big part of the game, is it has the Donkey Kong tropical freeze kind of thing where like or returns country returns where you go background and foreground, which I love that stuff. I love shit like that. I think it's a very creative way to platform. I think they'll have fun ideas with it. You know, you can Kirby Triple Deluxe did it. It's always just like a small thing that's cool, you know, just doing a spin dash through a loop that goes to the background is fun. I don't think there's gonna be too many gimmicks with it, but it'll be fun to just be able to do that a lot. Spin dash felt good. I mean, it's really hard to tell because obviously like I've played these games a million times, but I don't sit there in granular detail thinking about like the exact speed and movement. I thought the spin dash was fine, but also like I just like doing the drop dash a lot, so maybe I don't notice it, or maybe the levels accommodated it to it. So it felt pretty good. I was happy about it. You think it has potential to be the best Sonic game, or at least top 5? I know about best Sonic game. That's always like an impossible question until you beat it, but it could be top 5. I mean, I could see a lot of people. All the previews are glowing. I'm loving it. Again, if these 8 zones plus are consistently fun, creative, enjoyable, right? They feel good and everything. Like, I'll be happy, man. I'll be ultra happy, and it might be one of my favorite Sonic games. Easily. How different did each level feel? Did each level feel a lot different from the others, or were there similarities? Also, sorry for asking. No worries. I felt the levels are pretty different. They do the thing that I really love in games, which is like the next level like changes the scenery a bit. So like I know Act 2 of like the first zone goes into a sunset, and I love shit like that. That's always really cool to me. But they felt like, yeah, they each had like a fun thing about them. And there's also about this one loop you can go through like 8 times before you go out of it, which is really cool. I remember the jungle zone, specifically Act 2, again, like I said, it gets darker and there's like a little butterfly that glows around you to make it brighter, but it doesn't even stay the whole stage, so it keeps it dynamic. So yeah, I feel like there's enough fun differences between the level while being like it's still the level theme, you know? This is I love this. This happened in my game too, where depending on which character you see the other gang members just like doing some shit in the background, and I love that. It's so good. It's so good, bro. That's it for the Q&A. All right, did what I had to do, man. Look at that, bro. Real and true, chat. Real and true. Love to see you, bro.